Welcome to Luxury Dallas, your go-to guide for this city's finest. I am here at one of my favorite places to visit for the holidays, and they have done it up again this year. Coming up on today's show, we're given a tour of Christmas at the Anatole from Bob McFerrin, Director of Sales and Marketing. Then he shows us a few amazing pieces of art that are just a part of the art collection at the Anatole. Next, we head over to Skintastic to find out the latest procedures to get us ready for the new year. And after that, we come back to Sear and find out what makes it one of the most unique steakhouses in the city.
Oh, you better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I tell you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list, checking it twice, gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Welcome to Luxury Dallas. I am here at Christmas at the Anatole with Bob McFerrin, the Director of Sales and Marketing. Oh my gosh, what a fabulous place.
Thanks, Leanne. It's good to have you here.
And thank you so much for bringing out Rudolph. Hi, Rudolph.
Well, hi, Leanne. How are you?
Oh my gosh, that's fabulous. I'm great, Rudolph. How are you enjoying Christmas at the Anatole?
Oh, we're having a blast. Thank you. How do you like my reindeer barn?
I love your reindeer barn. You brought all your friends with you.
I did.
And
you must come see us.
Definitely. This is definitely worth a trip down here.
Thank you.
Okay, so what made you decide to do Christmas at the Anatole?
Well, it's always fun to dress the hotel up for the holidays, and it keeps people moving through the building, it keeps your restaurants full, and it keeps our people working, and it's just fun to do.
And you have a ton of activities, actual activities, like Rudolph, who's going to be here singing and telling stories. And
yeah, we've got about 6 or 7 major displays here, including the tallest nutcracker in Texas.
Oh my gosh.
Stands about 40 feet tall.
Really?
We've got...
How hard was that to bring in?
Well, we worked with a company here in Dallas called Facades, who were just wonderful at creating all these wonderful things, and they did a terrific job, so they did all the work for us.
So they created everything for you specifically for the Anatole?
That's right. That's right.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, so you've got a, how tall is the nutcracker?
About 40 feet.
40-foot tall nutcracker.
We've got a life-size gingerbread house.
Oh my gosh,
that is actually also a toy shop, so you can shop in the gingerbread house.
How cool.
Yes. We've got Santa's Workshop, which is right across from us.
Okay.
We've got the reindeer barn here.
Love the reindeer barn.
Okay, Rudolph. We've got Heritage Mountain, which is about a 20-foot tall mountain containing about 90 different porcelain buildings and an electric train going through it and that kind of thing. On Saturdays, we do Breakfast with Santa, where our Santa Claus visits with the children that are there for the brunch with their families. After brunch with Santa, Santa sits in our main atrium until 4 o'clock in the afternoon and visits with kids.
Oh, and can they get their picture with us?
They sure can. We've got pictures. We've got 2 giant Christmas trees, one of them right behind you there, and another one in our main atrium. The statue of the Gossips is outfitted for the holidays. Yeah, so there's just all kinds of things going on.
Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this, and it really brings life to the hotel.
It does. It does. Many convention hotels slow down a bit in December because a lot of organizations stop meeting after about the second week, and we knew that we wanted to stay busy here and create our own program, and it's really going to work out very well for us, I think.
I absolutely love this because really even the locals can come through and just come for lunch or come for dinner and enjoy Christmas at the Anatole.
Yeah, what you find it is primarily locals that come and visit something like this, along with folks that come from what we would say regionally, so probably within about 100 miles or so.
If you're in town visiting for the holidays with your family.
Right, and what we want to do is make this really a Dallas tradition where every year people want to come back here because we've always got something new that we've created along with all of their old favorites, and they make it part of their family's tradition.
I absolutely love
Thank
that. You. All right, Rudolph, are you going to have a good year at the Anatole?
Oh, yes, we are. We're so excited.
So you do a whole array of songs, right?
Oh, yes. We have lots of songs.
I love that. That's fabulous.
He's terrific.
Rudolph, thank you so much for letting us come and stand in your reindeer barn.
Well, you're welcome, Leanne. Come back and see us.
You got it. Now, you've also got some amazing artwork here at
We
the
sure
hotel.
do. We do. The Anatole is probably the home of the most prolific art collection of any hotel, not only in the United States, but probably the world.
Well, let's go take a look.
Okay.
Can you believe we're actually standing in front of 2 pieces of the Berlin Wall? You actually have these sent from Berlin.
That's
and
right.
you're the only hotel in the world that has 2
That's-
standing pieces side by side.
That's correct, yes.
Wow, and you allow people to come and touch the
That's
art.
right. People will come and take their photographs next to the various pieces here and study them. And you'll see sometimes classes of children will come in on field trips. And
What an amazing piece of history.
yeah, well, there's a lot of that here. This hotel probably has more art and historical artifacts than any hotel in the United States.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Okay, what else do you have here?
Well, just beyond you in the sculpture garden, we've got one of 2 of the remaining propellers from the RMS Lusitania, which was sunk in the early 1900s. And that propeller is enormous. It's 20 feet in diameter and sits in the middle of our garden here.
It's massive.
Yes, it is.
And it makes you realize how massive the ship was if that was just the little propeller.
Yes, but you know, that's just 2 pieces. There are about 1,000 pieces of art and artifacts here in the hotel from every corner of the globe. Primarily, most of the artwork is Asian. It's from China and Thailand and Vietnam and a number of other spots. But it's really something to see.
Now, the Crow family owns most of the art here. Is
That's
that
right,
correct?
that's
This
right.
is their personal collection.
Yes, that's right. And of course, they operate the Crow Collection downtown in Dallas as well.
Yes, but they allow people to come and touch the art.
Sure. And photograph it and study it, yes.
I think that's absolutely beautiful. I love that you have a large collection of Buddhas and a lot of Asian art. You've got a gorgeous plate that sits
That's right.
and it's massive.
You know, in the Wedgwood Ballroom, we've got the largest piece of Wedgwood that has ever been created.
The largest single vase of Wedgwood.
That's right.
Wow. Okay, what else do you have?
Well, we started a website called AnatoleArt.com
Okay.
about 3 months ago, and we put something on there called the Top 50 Art Treasures of the Hilton Anatole. And it's meant to be a walking tour of the most popular pieces here in the hotel, although it can be accessed by anybody, even at their home, if they want to just...
someone
Yes.
out of state,
Sure.
say, that doesn't get the opportunity to tour the Anatole
Absolutely.
could go on and really feel like they're walking through the Anatole.
Right. We've got some other ideas coming up in the future.
Yes, some exhibits that you're doing with the art.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, well, it's other things as well. For example, we're going to start a 1-mile art walk because, you know, a lot of people want to jog or walk in the morning, and we thought it would be kind of fun to use some of our art pieces as
map course
exactly
for the jog.
That's
How
right.
fun.
We're going to come out with an addition to the top 50 art treasures next year called 50 More Art Treasures of the Hilton Anatole.
Oh, I love
And
it.
so that'll grow. And we're thinking of other things like some progressive receptions where maybe we bring groups to various pieces of art throughout the hotel, and depending on where that art was from. For example, this is obviously German. Maybe in front of it you might have a German Gewürztraminer and maybe
yeah.
a great German pastry or something like that.
I love that. So it would be like a tour of the world.
That's right.
Here in the Anatole.
Yeah, and there are no other hotels in the United States that can actually do this because nobody has got the kind of collection that we've got.
How amazing. How amazing. And I love that you've thrown scarves on the Gossip Girls to get them all ready for the holidays.
Yes, we have. You know, just the way the Gossips are positioned, we thought it looked perfect for carolers. Looked like they could be holding hymnals, and the scarves are blowing just the way it looks like their hair is in the wind. So
I absolutely adore that. You've got such an amazing collection of art. That's just one of the things that you guys offer here.
Yes, and it is quite a collection. Like I said, nobody can touch it.
And the elephants in
The
front of the
Anatole elephants, an
ballroom.
iconic pair of elephants. Do you know those were both carved from a single piece of wood?
No.
Called monkey pod, yes.
A single slab of wood,
Yes.
and they carved
each one of those, yeah.
It's you know what, it's one of my favorite things about the Anatole is how your beautiful art looks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for giving us
My
a
pleasure.
tour.
Thanks for coming.
And I can't wait to go on and check out, tell us again?
Please do. AnatoleArt.com.
AnatoleArt.com. So if you want to tour the Anatole's art collection, get started there.
So, where'd you have it done? Cheryl, you look fantastic.
Skintastic, girl. Skintastic over in Dallas. It was a perfect weekend. 5-star hotel, limo, just Jack and I, and no one in this town has a clue.
When it's time for a little nip tuck, let the pros at Skintastic set it all up over in Dallas. No hassle, no worry, and no one needs to know.
Fantastic. Skintastic.
Hi, Dr. A. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Okay, the new year is around the corner, and everybody wants to not only look younger but feel younger. What are some of the procedures that you recommend to your patients to get ready for the new year?
Well, the number one procedure that I always recommend is injectables.
Okay.
There's relaxers, fillers, and plumpers. The reason I like these, they're simple procedures, they're done in the office, and they take effect in a few days with little or no downtime.
Right, zero downtime. So we're talking about Botox, Dysport, Restylane, Juvederm fillers, something that will both plump you. When we plump the skin, it makes us look younger, fresher.
Absolutely. You know what you said, there are many choices in these products. And what a patient gets when they come to see me is my opinion on what the best product is for them.
Right.
You know,
and where to put it.
And where to put it. Mm-hmm. I've studied for many years the muscles and nerves of the face, how they interact. And I know that sometimes less is more. I understand how to make someone look good by proper placement. It's really very, very important. And which products are better? Different products have different advantages, and not every person needs or should have the same products. It's really a combination, because as we go through life, we realize that the saying one size fits all is really not true.
Not true. We're all individuals, so we all need an individual plan.
And everybody needs something different. If you look, as you know, I've done a number of reality shows.
Yeah.
And as I look at the reality shows, I've noticed that the violence is increasing. And you notice the violence is increasing because people can't read each other. They don't see they don't see the emotions, so they don't know it's a joke. They don't know it's in jest. They think a lot of things are real.
Oh my gosh!
And then they start throwing things.
Oh gosh,
that's real.
And that's real, and that's why you don't want to get an over-frozen face. You want people to be able to read what your expressions are.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's how we help people to look their best without necessarily taking away their emotions and their feelings.
Right, and I love that. And if the holidays have stressed you out, Botox can take care of it for the new year. I love that. Okay, so what is something else that you recommend for your patients?
Well, you know, we talked about the outside, your appearance. Another thing that we do is hormone optimization.
Oh.
What hormone optimization, as you know, is to optimize your hormones to get them back to an optimal level. As one ages, hormone levels change.
Yep.
In both men and women. The amount of strength, vigor, wants and desires, cognitive ability changes. Focus.
Oh.
Sometimes it's all about focus.
Sometimes it really is, and sometimes you can't even begin to. And I will say, I had no idea that the levels, testosterone and estrogen and all the levels really kind of do drop as you get older.
Well, that's one of the reasons we see aging and a decline. By optimizing your hormones, by using bioidentical pellets, people can feel better, but it has to be optimized by following your blood levels, talking to each individual patient, and making sure that they get the treatment that's right for them.
Right, because each person's hormone levels are different. So what you're doing is they come in, they get a blood test, they get asked a couple of questions like where they're struggling, and then they put you put the amount of each hormone that they need in their body to help them optimize.
That's exactly right. And then we follow it along to make sure it remains level.
Steady pace.
That's the advantage of a pellet, is that if you take a pill or a cream, it goes
up and down. You're constantly up and then down and then So the pellets just level you out.
Don't you think so?
I really do. I sort of wake up consciously, wake up in the morning conscious thinking about what the day is going to be, and it really has. And the boost to libido has not hurt either.
That's good. That's good to know.
Okay, what's another thing that you recommend for the new year?
Well, the other thing, as you mentioned, boost. Another thing that boosts things up is the Apollo Tripolar.
Okay.
What that is, it's a radio frequency machine, and what it does is heat up the skin. We have a sensor that tells us how fast and how high to heat the skin, and in doing so, the skin contracts. You see an immediate contraction, and then you see a contraction over time as the skin begins to coalesce. And what that does is make your face, neck, or body much tighter over time.
And the Apollo you can actually use anywhere on your body, like stomach areas or hip areas.
That's exactly true. After a baby.
To retighten your stomach.
Retighten your stomach.
You can use it on the back of the arms.
Absolutely. Face and neck.
Woohoo!
And believe it or not, we do a lot of men as well.
I noticed you do a lot of flank on men. I love that. I love that. I love that men are wanting to come in and take better care of themselves too, and that you've developed programs for them. I like that.
Absolutely. We're seeing more and more men, and it's becoming a great thing for us.
I love that. I love that they want to take care of themselves. Thank you so much, Doctor. I appreciate the hot tips for the new year.
Well, thank you, Leah.
If you want to find out about any of these procedures we've discussed, check out Skintastic at their website, skintastic.com, or contact Dr. A today. Coming up after the break, we head up to the 27th floor to see one of the best views in the city from Sear and find out how to make spinalis from Chef Anthony. Don't go anywhere. Luxury Dallas will be right back.
So, where'd you have it done? Cheryl, you look fantastic.
Skintastic, girl. Skintastic over in Dallas. It was a perfect weekend. 5-star hotel, limo, just Jack and I, and no one in this town has a clue.
When it's time for a little nip tuck, let the pros at Skintastic set it all up over in Dallas. No hassle, no worry, and no one needs to know.
Fantastic. Skintastic.
I'm standing in the kitchen of Sear with Executive Chef Anthony, and I've tasted his delights, and they are fabulous. Welcome to Luxury Dallas.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so, there are a lot of steak restaurants in the city of Dallas, obviously. What makes Sear so incredibly unique?
There's a few things that make Sear the best steakhouse in Dallas. We've got an awesome view.
You do.
This is the view of the city. There's other restaurants with views, but this is the view.
You have a view of the entire city. You almost have a 360 view of Dallas.
And we're set back just far enough that you see that picturesque Dallas skyline.
I love that. I bet at night it's just absolutely beautiful.
It certainly is.
Okay, so besides the magnificent view, and it is a magnificent view, what else makes you really unique?
The hotel's been really responsive with supporting local farmers that I have relationships with. Our cheese, our lettuce, and especially our beef is all from local farms.
Really? So you butcher your own meat right here?
We do.
Oh my gosh.
Let me show you how.
I would love that. Oh, that looks fabulous.
Here we have a Wagyu ribeye. This would be the piece of meat that you cut into ribeyes.
Okay.
There's usually bones on the back in a cowboy ribeye that
stick right out.
stick right out. And so here, there's a couple muscles that you can kind of see. There's an eye, which is the big piece in the middle.
Right.
And then the best part is the spinalis, which is the cap that runs over here.
Okay.
Are you ready to get your hands dirty?
Let's do it. Now, is this how you actually butcher the beef here?
This is actually how we butcher the beef here.
Okay. What's the first step?
All right, the first step on the back side, you would take a knife, and I've already done this just for ease of showing everybody, but you'd take your knife and go underneath here to start taking the spinalis off.
Wow.
And so basically it just would unfold and you would continue down underneath there, just all along.
rolling.
Yeah, all along the silver skin. The spinalis will come completely off, and you'll have the spinalis, and then there's also some fat on here. This is the stuff that I would say not to discard. It's super tasty.
It looks super tasty. See, to me, I would think this would be. But you guys, what do you do with this?
This is the best part. This has all the flavor of the ribeye, but it's tender like a fillet.
Ooh.
So, and then this is the eye. We also have this on the menu, but
Okay.
it's
Terrific.
not the star of the show today.
Got it. Okay, so after you've trimmed it and everything, this is what we end up with.
This is what you end up with. You've got several pieces. I kind of reassembled it.
Oh, amazing.
So this is the spinalis all cleaned up with all the fat gone. There's a few other muscles that you save. Like I said, we'll make into beef jerky.
Really?
Yeah.
Is beef jerky on your menu?
It's not. We eat it for family meal though.
Oh, okay.
And then the eye.
And the eye is what you're referring to as for your spinalis.
No.
Oh, that's your spinalis.
This is the spinalis, the cap.
Okay. Okay.
So this, like I said, this is also on the menu, the eye of ribeye, and then the spinalis, which is the most flavorful, tender part of a ribeye.
Ah, so really the trick is not to order a ribeye, but to order the spinalis if you want a really flavorful steak.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so how do you prepare it?
So,
or you cook it just like that?
No, there's a couple things we do.
I could eat all of that.
Right. Well, there's a few things that we do. I mean, this is just how it comes off.
Okay.
But to make it a little bit nicer, there's a few things that we do.
All right.
So the first thing would be to season it with salt, just because salt is...
Our friend.
Yeah, salt makes
Yes.
everything tasty.
It really does.
On both sides.
Okay, and that's just table salt.
It is. It's
Not
just
rock salt or anything. Okay.
Nope. It's just fine sea salt.
Okay.
And then we have a tea strainer with a secret ingredient.
A secret ingredient.
A secret ingredient that we'll sprinkle all over.
Oh wow! And what does the secret ingredient? What is it? What does it do?
It basically makes the meat stick together.
Ah, okay.
For the next part of this.
Okay.
So.
That looks good.
Yeah. So.
And you just use a tea strainer on it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And then the next part.
Okay.
So the best part, the secret, is we're going to wrap it up in plastic wrap in a tube to make it stick.
How cool!
So, like I said, this secret ingredient will make this glue together, yeah, so it won't come apart. So basically, just like making a hot dog.
It really is. So you've just rolled it up and then you just press it.
Yeah, you'll tie each end and then basically let it sit in the cooler for 4 hours and it will stick together, and then you can portion it, cut it into steaks.
And then you just cut it into steaks and grill it. All right, well
Absolutely.
Show us what it looks like after it's all stuck together.
All right.
So now that we've got it all wrapped up, what's the next thing you do?
You would portion it into appropriate size pieces.
Oh, my size would be that big.
All right, fair enough. About that big?
Okay, now show us what you really do.
Okay, well, I mean, that's basically it. It would just be portioned into pieces.
Okay. Wow, gorgeous.
And then you unroll it, and after 4 hours,
it just sticks right together.
Yep, it sticks
together.
together.
But you really wouldn't cook that big. You would cut that at least in half, right?
I don't have my scale with me, but no, that's about right. That's about...
Really?
Yeah, that's about 7 ounces. It's a little bit smaller, but it's really cool. You can see...
Look how it's rolled up.
Yeah, you can see how it's all rolled up.
I love the marbling on a roll. That's so cool. And that's what gives it the flavor through and through.
Exactly.
Okay, very cool. All right, we're off to the grill.
Let's cook it.
This is an amazing wood-burning grill. I have never seen one of these in a kitchen.
Really? This thing is awesome. We use mesquite, locally sourced mesquite.
I love that. And then what, we just throw the steak on?
Basically, this is the spinalis that we had earlier.
Okay.
And basically, we'll cook it.
Just like that?
Yeah.
And you put a little oil on it so it doesn't stick on the grill, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Love it. Love it. So how long did we cook this on the grill? This looks amazing.
This cooked about, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes.
Okay.
And it should be a perfect medium rare.
Oh, I love it. All right, dice it and slice it. Oh, it looks just divine. Oh, Oh, that looks fabulous. And this is served on the menu.
Yes, ma'am.
And then do you just
every
slice
single
it
night.
for plate and then serve it sliced?
Yep.
That is absolutely gorgeous. All right.
So
I'm gonna try
let's
it.
try it.
This absolutely looks amazing. I'm ready for a taste. Can I use your knife?
Absolutely.
Okay. And I love the trim on it. It just looks fabulous. Here you go. Mmm. You can taste the fat around the edge perfectly.
It's awfully tasty.
Mmm. Oh my gosh. That is so good. Okay, now the dish is called spinalis.
It is.
And it's currently on the menu here at Sear. And you guys have only been open since October.
We have, but you know, things are going great.
Things are going great. Now, you used to be here when it was Nana. You were a sous chef.
For a few years I was.
That's fabulous. And how do you like it, the remodel and everything and what you've done here at Sear?
This is perfect. It's exactly what this space needed.
Oh, and you've got a beautiful view to cook with. I love that.
I know, and you can see it from the kitchen too.
You can. That's what's your favorite. And the kitchen table, the chef's table, has got to be one of the favorites for people to sit at.
It certainly is. You right here in the hustle and bustle of the
and you
kitchen.
see everything you're doing and watch everything being created. This is a fabulous meal. Thank you so much for showing us how it's made.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right.
So, where'd you have it done? Cheryl, you look fantastic.
Skintastic, girl. Skintastic over in Dallas. It was a perfect weekend. 5-star hotel, limo, just Jack and I, and no one in this town has a clue.
When it's time for a little nip tuck, let the pros at Skintastic set it all up over in Dallas. No hassle, no worry, and no one needs to know.
Fantastic. Skintastic.
Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Luxury Dallas, and we look forward to seeing you again next week for the last episode of the year. Until then, go like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And from everyone at Luxury Dallas, have a happy, happy holiday. Luxury Dallas has been brought to you by Skintastic, your beauty realized. For information on booking a segment, contact Lamont PR. This has been a production of Media Matters, when your message needs to matter.